pages that explain what could be done and not done, what intelligence could be gathered. Did that slow the U.S. down and give China the advantage to leap ahead this way?
You know, that's a point with a great deal of nuance. What it likely did was make it harder for the Chinese and force them to innovate in the way they did with DeepSeek. Indeed, the CEO of DeepSeek noted that the Biden administration's compute controls actually was a challenge for them. But as a result, they innovated, they integrated across the hardware, the algorithms, the architecture, as well as figuring out ways to more efficiently run these models, which is key.
Well, wait, doesn't that mean it was a bad idea for us to do that? Because now they've innovated and become much more efficient.
Compute does make a difference. It's just not the be-all or end-all. So certainly the controls did slow down the Chinese, but as a result, they had to innovate. They had to come up with ways. And frankly, this is a call to action for our AI companies to also do the same innovation. So in addition to compute, data, high-value data matters a great deal, and letting 1,000 flowers bloom in terms of different ways to innovate on AI. When I talk about high-value data, there are some, for example, who believe that DeepSeek may have generated high-value data to train their model using U.S. AI models, and that matters a great deal. So as we think about the future, thinking about protecting high-value data sets and building that into the U.S. approaches on AI will be important.
The Chinese have done it with an open source model. Did that give them an advantage?
It certainly gives an advantage because open source, the model weights are open, the data sets they trained on are not, but by having cheaper models available, more of an ecosystem can be built on it. So think about Meta's Llama, also an open source model. Why that matters is app developers who then use that model, whether they're using it to develop customized ways for kids to learn, or whether they're using it to train models on particularly different kinds of languages or sensitive data sets. So open source, because it's cheaper, does allow more users to build on it. That's a good thing. There's a lot of positive applications. It's also a concern because these powerful AI capabilities could be in the hands of potentially malicious users. Walter, one of the toughest issues I dealt with when I was at the White House were cyber criminals locking up American hospitals, developing cyber capabilities to lock up those hospitals for ransoms. Certainly, AI can make it easier to build longer lasting and more focused offensive cyber capabilities by a range of